Hello friends, and welcome back to my crafty space. In today's video, I'm going to be putting together week 37 in my 2018 Project Life album. This would have been about the middle of September, and at this point in time, my due date with Jonah would have been fast approaching. So these are some weeks this week, and the next one are going to be a lot of like last summer hurrahs before having another baby and then getting ready for his arrival. So I'm very, very excited to get started with these weeks. All right, I am primarily using my September Stories by the Month kit from 2018 this week, and then I'm also going to throw in a little bit of the Stories by the Year product as well. For example, this title card with the week or this week on it. I've got some homemade chipboard that I have over in my container here, and then I've also got some of my older Stories by the Month September stamps to see if that might be something I want to use this week as well. I'm going to go ahead and put you on fast forward while I get this spread put together, and then once I've got everything done, we'll slow back down and close out for today. So let's go ahead and get started. For today's layout, I'm going to start by getting everything set out on my desk here where it's going to go inside of the album. Now, one of the things I did, because I pre-designed a lot of these spreads so I could batch process them over the course of the next few months, is I also drew out on my planning sheet, which these planning sheets I always offer for free. They're usually in all of my videos. I have a link to them. So there's one that's for a 12 by 12 layout, and I just use that to roughly sketch out my plan for the week and then to make myself notes, like where do the photos go and what cards I'm going to put where. So the next thing I did was to print out all of my journaling onto my journaling cards. I typically prefer to do that because I can get a lot more writing and story onto those smaller cards than if I were to handwrite it on there. And then I'm also using my homemade chipboard here, which I just printed off a couple of chipboard sheets from previous Stories by the Month digital kits, and then I adhered that down onto some 12 by 12 chipboard sheets and fussy cut those out. So that gives me a little bit more variety for the themed, or the monthly themed, I guess I should say, chipboard pieces. I selected one for virtually all of my 6x4 photos. And then I also have one that I'm going to put here on my title card. So this title card comes from the Storytelling Basics collection and has been a repetitive element for me throughout the course of my 2018 album itself. There are a few layouts where I didn't use it because I'm using the month stories instead. But for the most part, this has been a really nice bonus to have a bunch of those where I can just add in my week date stamping and then put something in the middle. For this, I've got the circle chipboard, and then I'm also grabbing over some of my heart cardstock stickers from the Gratitude Story kit. That was just one that I was able to get some extra sheets of when they did the Stories Revisited sale, and I put that in the middle. I like the little heart in there. I think it gives it a nice pop of color. For this chipboard piece, this is one of those banners, and it's just got a very subtle diagonal pattern on it, and that's it. So what I thought I could do to spruce this one up a little bit is to grab these peach colored tiny phrase stickers and add 3 of them in a column onto that chipboard piece. I don't remember the exact sentiments that I picked, but I do like the way that this looks, and it gives this chipboard a little bit more of a purpose as opposed to just a shape on the photo itself. For this one, I felt like I could add the more substantial chipboard piece to the Ferris wheel because the Ferris wheel takes up virtually the entire photo. So I felt like it didn't detract from the photo all that much. Then for this one, I am looking for another tiny phrase sticker to add on top of the leaf. I find one and I'll bring it over, but I actually really don't like the color combination. So what I'll do instead is go back through all of my tiny phrase stickers, and I'm going to find another sheet from the same release. So the peach ones came from the 2020 Week in the Life kit. And then there's also a white with black text from 2020 Week in the Life. I believe one of them was from Allie's kit and one of them was from the Kylie in Kentucky kit. So the thing that's nice about them is that they have the exact same font and they also have the exact same size, because not all tiny phrase stickers are the same size. Some are small and some are fat and some are medium. These ones are a little bit more of a medium size, and I liked the way that it layered up on top of the chipboard pieces, so that's why I chose that. So I found one that is white with black text, and then the connecting point for those will just be that they are the same font and the same size. Continuing on, I'm just going to add more of these chipboard pieces on there. I do have to use my double-sided, or my roller adhesive, not double-sided, roller adhesive, to get those on there because they are homemade. And then I'm also going to add a tiny phrase sticker across the middle of this layout that will give me a sentiment for all of the 3x4 photos. So some of them will have the white with black text, and some of them will have the peach with white text. For the stories that I chose this week, I believe these all came, well, actually all except for two. The photo underneath my weekly title card there, and then, so it's Isabella and Ryan when they were really little playing video games, and the one under that of Izzy on a motorcycle, those were both taken at our bowling league. They have like a game room, and the Peru's came to sub for bowling one night, so I just grabbed a couple photos. And then everything else on this layout came from a festival that our town puts on every year in September called Apple Fest. So I have a bunch of pictures of Izzy riding rides and eating elephant ears and all that stuff. And then I have a picture of me on a bench because I couldn't ride the rides. So Erin went on all of them with her. So I sat and waited, and I took a picture like facing down where you can see my baby bump with my legs sticking out. So that one, I think I stuck a chipboard piece on there that says like, so ready for this next season of life or something like that. But it seemed to go pretty nicely with the photo that I had taken, and probably the way I was feeling at that moment is that I was pretty ready for what was to come next. I'm going to go ahead and check off a couple of the items there on that fun card. That's from the Play Story Kit, and then that will finish this up. All right, friends, that completes my spread for today. I really, really love the way that this one turned out. I adore all of these pictures from going to the fair here in our town. And boy, does this make me miss it, because we haven't had it the last couple of years due to COVID. So hopefully in, 2022, our Apple Fest celebration will be back. I hope that this inspires you to pull out some of your older unfinished projects and to see if there's something, even if it's just one thing, that you can do to progress that project forward. Sometimes all it takes is pulling it out and remembering, where it is we left off, and then taking that first step forward. I will be back again next week with another week in this project life. I am moving right along. We're getting towards the end of September, which means we're getting into the point of documenting when Jonah came into all of our lives. So really, really excited for that. All right, friends. Well, until next time, I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. I hope you enjoy your weekend ahead, and I will catch you all in next week's videos. Bye, friends.